Last quarter, 1 out of every 5 people in this country who took out a home loan to buy a house was in their 20s. Now that's a record. It has never been that high before. And more people that age are moving to Dallas-Fort Worth than to any other big metro in America. So if you rent right now and you've spent years hearing that people your age just can't buy a home, well, this video is for you. We're going to show you where you can buy a first home in DFW in 2026, what the down payment cost will be, and what the monthly payment looks like for you. We're going to use real houses and real numbers the entire way.
Okay, so I've lived in North Dallas for 30 years and I've sold homes here for the last 12. So I get why it feels impossible. The news is kind of gloomy for a reason, right? First-time buyers are a smaller part of the market than they've ever been. And the average first-time buyer is now 40 years old. When I started, that number was in the low 30s. But that headline hides something. Buyers in their 20s are now almost a third of all first-time home loans and about 1 in 4 of the loans built for first-time buyers. Some are even buying younger than the people just ahead of them did. What changed is where they buy. A starter home near Boston or San Jose runs $800,000 or more. In the right Dallas suburb, it's under $400,000. That price gap is the whole reason this metro sits at the top of the moving list.
Yeah, 100%. And the moving data backs that up. One 2026 report ranked Dallas-Fort Worth the #1 metro in the country for movers under 30, ahead of Houston, ahead of Austin, and ahead of really everywhere. Most of them show up as renters first. The jobs are here. Texas takes no state income tax out of your paycheck, and a small apartment in uptown Dallas rents for around $1,600 instead of the $2,800 you pay in Los Angeles. Then a couple years go by, the rent goes up again, they add up everything that they've handed over to a landlord, and they start looking to buy. The renters in Uptown become the buyers in Louisville, Denton, and McKinney. And you can watch it happen in the numbers.
Look at which zip codes are drawing the most people in right now. Crandall, southeast of Dallas, ranked #2 in the whole country for people moving in per person this past winter. Lavon, out past Wiley, hit #5 last fall. And the last time the national hottest zip codes list included DFW spots, they were in Bedford and Flower Mound with prices in the low to mid 400,000s. Notice what those places have in common. They're not Southlake, where the middle price is $1.3 million. They're not Frisco at $675,000. They're towns where you can still buy in the high 200,000s to low 400,000s. Regular affordable suburbs, and enough young buyers want in that they're landing on the national top 5 lists. Follow the moving trucks and they'll show you where the value is.
It's true. So let's put real prices on the map then. Frisco's middle price range is around $675,000 and Plano is around $500,000. Both are great and both are out of reach for most first-time homes. Louisville, though, its middle price is around $395,000 and it's dropped about 8% in the last year, which helps you as the buyer. Denton runs around $385,000 and comes with 2 universities and a real downtown. McKinney's averages somewhere around $515,000 across the city, but the older east side still sells in the $300,000 range. And so do the 1970s and 80s parts of Plano. Further out in Crandall, Lavon, Anna, and Princeton, builders are starting brand new homes in the high 200,000s. Now, homes under $400,000 still sell faster than the fancy stuff, so you can't drag your feet, but you have far more room to look, get an inspection, and negotiate than buyers had even just a few years ago.
So the biggest thing standing between young people and a home isn't really the price. It's a myth that you need 20% down. We've talked about this in other videos, right? You don't need that. On a $395,000 house in Louisville, an FHA loan, which is a government-backed loan made for first-time buyers, they need 3.5% down. That's $13,825. A regular loan for first-timers can go as low as 3% down, which is $11,850. Closing costs add about $8,000 to $10,000 on top, and yes, that's real money, but it's a 2-year savings goal, not 10 years of pain. And you don't have to cover all of it yourself. Right now, we're regularly getting sellers to pay $5,000 to $10,000 of a buyer's closing costs. On brand new homes that are already built, builders are handing out incentives of $10,000 to $30,000 to help, plus something called a 2-1 buy down, which simply means they pay to lower your rate for the first 2 years. Back in 2021, buyers were paying $40,000 over asking price and giving up everything, every protection to win a house. The deals buyers get today would have been a dream then.
Yeah, so let's talk about the monthly payment because that's what really decides it. At today's average rate, around 6.5% when this is being recorded, that $395,000 house with a 3.5% down runs about $2,400 a month for the loan itself. And taxes, property taxes, home insurance, and mortgage insurance, and the all-in payment lands somewhere between $3,300 and $3,500 a month. Now compare that to the right thing. Don't compare it to your $1,500 apartment. Compare it to what it costs to rent a whole 3-bedroom house in those same neighborhoods, which is in the mid-2000s, give or take. Owning still costs a little bit more per month at first, so people get creative about that gap. And a lot of first-time home buyers rent out a spare bedroom for $800 or $900 a month, which drops their real costs to what they were already paying in rent. Lenders are fine with that. And in 5 years, you've got equity in your smaller loan. Your landlord would have had that same $900 in their pocket if you kept renting.
Before you save every dollar yourself, see what Texas will chip in. The state runs 2 big programs, one through TSHAC and one through TDHCA, and both can give you down payment help worth up to 5% of your loan. Yep. On that same house in Louisville, that's roughly $19,000, either as a grant you don't pay back or as a small second loan that gets forgiven over time. There's also a version aimed at teachers, nurses, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and vets. The usual rules are 620 credit score, an income under your county's limit, and a short homebuyer class that you can finish online in an afternoon. Stack that state help with builder cash or seller help, and a lot of buyers reach the closing table with way less cash than the sticker price makes you think.
Yeah, absolutely. And if your plan is 2 years out instead of 2 months, the to-do list is short. Get your credit score above 620 or above 680, and your loan gets cheaper. Student loans won't stop you because lenders only count your monthly payment, not the scary total. And plenty of buyers that we close on still owe $30,000 or more in student loans. Get pre-approved early because it's free and it turns someday into a real number and you can plan around that. And then watch specific suburbs, not national headlines. Louisville dropping 8% changes your life. The national average does not. One more thing then, about that record number of young buyers, most of them are not putting down 20% or getting a check from their parents. Instead, they're using FHA loans or loan buy-down programs. Beth just listed so many of those, and there's many more. Talk to your lender, and it closes that affordability gap. It's the same simple playbook run by teachers, nurses, and salespeople.
We put together a free DFW market briefing for exactly this kind of planning. It's 1 page, suburb by suburb, with current prices and how long homes are taking to sell, and we update it every few months. Grab it at buyers.goallinerealestate.com/briefing. The link's in the description, or just DM us the word briefing and we'll send it over. Even if buying is 2 years away, it's worth knowing your numbers now, because saving towards $395,000 in Louisville. So I just said $675,000 in Frisco. When you want to see what those numbers buy, scroll down. Keep going. I want to see what it says after that. So I think I'll just say, so when you're ready to make an offer, we'd love to be the team standing next to you. First homes are most of what we do. Right. And after 12 years, there isn't much this market can pull that we haven't seen. We will see you in the next one.